where he needed to be, so I had put him first. But
That's fine.
if he gets here, he's also said he could come next week too. So if he gets here and if he has to leave to go to Crawford County, we can just,
He's gonna be just, he didn't take, what, 15 minutes?
15 max.
yeah, and that might be fine. He might be, okay. I'm just saying, if he gets here and he like scoots, that's why, it's because he.
I don't want you to miss him because mine is really an update on the court case Carroll's involved in, so there's no pending decision. I just thought you ought to kind of be in the know rather than read about in the newspaper.
And there was some good newspapers.
Pardon?
There was some good newspapers.
The Attorney General approved to produce it.
I'm assuming number 8 is gonna get scratched
Yes,
because he's not here.
you know,
So what happened with moving to St. Anthony?
Hmm?
Did
Their
Carroll County
office?
Public Health
I heard that Plains needed more room, so they got it.
in St. Anthony, is that right?
yeah, and why would they go kick out their own people? Must be pay better rent than their own does.
I'm guessing Plains pays for the rent.
Plains is in the hospital now.
Well, they're in the Loop building
And
Yeah.
and they needed more space, so public health got moved into the hospital. And Plains took over
Oh,
their space in the Loop building.
I remember when they were negotiating.
Did your reading section go really late?
Freaking building.
Well, it wouldn't have, but some people showed up that we hadn't seen forever and it was close to midnight before we got.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was
we
tired,
tried that.
but it was fun.
Slice and dice.
And then yesterday, the weather was so perfect. It could
I
have
know.
been one day earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd you get those cookies from?
Sarah Sliceman in Lake City. She's got a Facebook page, I think it's called Sarah's Cupcakes.
Huh.
Or something like that.
We're good.
My mom had it for Easter and yeah, they were good.
Just make the chocolate ones with the cream filling like Gina.
She would have, but I just went for the,
What's Gina's? Apple.
just chocolate.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first thing we have is the approval agenda. We are going to add one item, and that's the open of bids of the Focus. They were due that kind of forgot to be put on the agenda. And we're going to eliminate number 8. That is put off for another week or so. So with that, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
With those changes, if there's no other changes, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Next is approval of minutes from last week. I thought they read well. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved in second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. First thing we have on the agenda is to meet with John Warden in closed session per code of Iowa Code 21.5 subs paragraph C. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I do a roll call.
Oh, that's right, it's roll call. Roll call?
Einers.
Yes.
Ruggles.
Yes.
Austin.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we will go into closed session now. kind of hard to get vendors involved, you don't even know what you're gonna get.
Closed session.
You sit on up there, Carly, you're gonna be next.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was gonna be Rick.
I did
Okay, good.
So are you gonna be talking about the business revolving loan funds and housing trust fund? Or are you here for the hearing?
I'm here for the hearing.
Okay, she's here for the 9:30 hearing. I thought Rick was gonna be here for number 2.
I can hunt it.
Or we can just move on and, because I know he did say he needed to go to Crawford County today too.
We could do number 3, don't you think?
We can do number 3. Well, let's go through, we'll move the bills. Oh, I thought too that maybe she's sitting in for me, so.
Well, he asked me and I thought it meant he was coming, so.
I hope he doesn't think I'm supposed to. I do know about our housing trust.
Okay, we've got the list of claims. Is there any additions to the claims or any questions? I had some earlier this morning. I kind of got those resolved. If you notice on general services, there is a bill in there for Elevate for the roof on the New Fricky building. Courtney tells me this is just a partial payment. Actually, the bill came in less than the estimate, but we have now, there's some steel that, we talked about when instead of using used steel, was gonna do new steel. That has to come yet. And I did talk to Zach this morning, and he said that he got a hold and they're gonna come right over. So, and I think what's happened, they didn't replace a flashing boot around the pipe, I think, or something. So they're gonna come over.
There was a leak.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you weren't there. He said they had a leak right around where the stack at, so.
And steel is for the cat.
Yeah, cap. So I guess I would have no problem unless you have a problem. We go ahead and pay that. We're still holding money against them, so.
No, yeah, I have no problem.
The only other one I had a question on district court was, we had 2 subscriptions there for the same amount. So the other question I had was with conservation. I'll have to talk to Jason on that. I just hope they're doing some quotes up there, so. Well, I know they did that on loader. But
Yeah. I'm gonna say that that's on the agenda tonight. Heard that from me, but I did see it. The longer discussion.
Okay. Any other questions on the claims? If not, we're in order for a motion to approve the payables.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion carried. Okay, next we'll go to, we're waiting for, let's go to business property tax application.
This just got omitted last week when we did the military and the disabled vet and homestead. So you guys should have all gotten a list of all the new business property tax credits and the ones that are disallowed. So kind of the same format as last week, just looking for a motion to approve and the new ones and the disallowed.
And how much is this one? How much is that tax?
This is for 10%,
10%.
No, it's,
isn't it?
no, it's the business property tax credit, you have to apply for it. And the state takes all the credits that they have and then they disperse the dollar amounts back to us. So it varies. Obviously, the higher value property you have, the bigger credit you get. The 10% is the commercial industrial rollback.
Oh, this isn't the same?
No, this is just a tax credit for commercial and industrial property,
How much does that amount to, you know?
several $100,000 countywide. Some credits are as little as just a few $100s, some are $4,000 or $5,000. It just depends on the business. And I have a list upstairs like what we've got last year. I can show you, but it's significant.
I
And
thought
it,
this had something to do with the 10%.
no,
Because they don't get the 10% unless they apply for that too, right?
no, that's automatic,
Oh, that's automatic?
correct.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just like a rollback, you know, we all get rollbacks on our house, we get rollbacks on ag. This is just an automatic rollback on commercial and industrial.
I stand corrected with that.
No problem.
See, I don't know everything.
With that, I'll make a motion to approve the business property tax applications and the denied list as well.
Is there a second to that?
I'll second.
Been moved and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Okay. So let's move on to then the letter of support for WIN. This is for, they're asking for support for, they want to apply for another grant through to expand their broadband. The original letter I got said they were not sure which direction they were going to, but most of it is done in Carroll County. So I would assume that would be up in that northwest part of the county, so. Any questions on that? We've done this in the past. I think this is probably the third one we've done.
I think it's the
Yeah.
third one. And I'm sure that they're going to try to pick up as many rural people as they possibly physically can, and financially can.
Yeah.
Those are two different questions. I like the letter as well. It should suffice in what they need. If you're looking for a motion to approve
Yes.
that, I would make that motion to approve the letter
Second.
of support.
It's been moved second to approve the letter of support for WIN. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried.
Okay, here's a letter for your signature.
Next, we'll go to approve the Angry Beaver liquor license.
So moved.
Second. And moved in second to approve the Angry Beavers liquor license. Any further discussion?
Any problems out there that you've heard of? Courtney?
Not that I'm aware
I've
of.
heard of it.
Sure you can check with the sheriff too, but
Yeah, he would have said something that he had not going to shoot.
And I assume this is also for Sunday sales too, right?
let's see here. License permit and type, Class C liquor license. I don't see that Sunday sales on here, it just says Class C liquor license.
Surprised. Okay. All right, there's been a motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried. Okay. Let's go down to manure management annual updates. No, I don't have a list of what those are. Do you?
Do? They're all, as far as I remember, they're all no changes.
No changes?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will read them off. T1, 271, finisher, section 30, Newton Township. No changes. Clayburgh site, section 31, Newton Township. No changes. Brian Shelley, finisher, section 6 of East Township. No changes.
So they're all in here.
So.
We could open those bids, we got about 6 minutes.
We are going.
Don't have one.
I don't have them either. I got it.
All the bids are received on time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have 3 total.
three total bids. Okay, I'll read the top one here I got in the file. Team Auto Group, $1,725. John,
I think it's probably burn holes.
okay, $2,500. Damon Schweitzer, $2,525.01.
You said 25.
25,2501.
And who was that to?
Damon, SCHWEITZER,
Schweitzer.
Schweitzer.
There'll be no motion on that or decision today.
That's up to you guys. Do you want to do it?
And
We've got a quorum.
We just-
Not seeing.
I
That's
think,
reasonable, and I don't think we need to do it.
no, we don't. We just want him to be involved.
that doesn't change the outcome.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the highest.
They're, I think they're very good bids.
I would make the motion that we accept the bid from Damon Schweitzer for $2,525.01.
I'll second.
For what year was that?
It's an 08,
2009.
or not 09, sorry.
2009 Ford Focus.
That's
Can
what.
I see that piece of paper? I just want to make sure I have the name written down.
Oh, yeah. here.
I think I know that.
Total. You want these envelopes yet?
We did
Yeah.
radio today.
Give that.
I think.
Yeah, you do.
Pass it off to Scott.
No, I follow Rich. Or Dean, I go after
No.
them too.
I don't. And how soon does, did we say how soon Damon Schweitzer has to get it picked up?
No, we'll get a hold of him, tell him he was the high bidder and, give him an opportunity to get in here and
7 to 10 days.
try to get it done this week.
Okay.
Are you, this money that we'll be getting, do you just want it to go into the general fund, or is there a certain place you want to put it, or?
Was that picked up, was that purchased from, through general assistance, or you know where that came from?
I'd have to look.
Okay,
I think I just suggest put in general.
general fund, I don't.
I'll have to look, I don't remember.
Unless there was a specific reason it was purchased, but other than that, I think you're right, general fund would be fine.
Yeah.
And you'll check in the insurance, all that, make sure it's off.
Yeah, they'll remove it. As far as I know, it just has liability on it anyway, but
Okay.
we'll get it taken off for sure.
Very good.
Okay, that takes care of that.
Oh,
I
I
think
got a
we did,
motion,
didn't we?
I got a motion in a second.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried.
Pretty good timing.
Yeah,
9:29.
right 9:30 right now, so we'll do your public hearing. Go ahead, I'll open it up to 9:30.
All right, thank you. Again, thank you for having me. This is the continuation to get your application submitted for the down payment assistance program through IEDA. It will provide down payment assistance and lead-based paint remediation for 5 homes. I truly believe that we will be seeing more than the 5 homes. As you know, we did 10 homes, so that meant that the average amount of assistance for each home purchaser would have been about 16, 17,000 as an average. So we will, but the program only allows you to apply for 5 on the front end, okay?
Okay.
We will be applying for $211,500, which includes grant administration of $19,000 and homebuyer assistance technical services of $192,500. The grant will be submitted on or before July 27th, 2021. The reason that I have this date down is with the completion of the public hearing today, I will have one last email to Courtney that will include 4 resolutions that will need to be passed for uploading. So by putting it at 2 weeks and 1 day, should something happen next Monday that we can't control, we have a backup day. But I would fully expect to be submitting them as soon as we receive the minutes after next week's. Your housing needs assessment stayed pretty much the same. We added completion of this program due to the overwhelming success of the first one. And with that, if there's any questions or comments?
Ben, do you have anything online?
Is there any comments, Ben?
I'll take that as a no.
I didn't get any written one.
There's been no oral ones here. So. You texting me? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close the public hearing. At 9:32. If there's nothing else, we don't need to do any action on this. It's not needed.
No, I will send the minutes to you as soon as I get back to the office, and then a little later this morning, I'll send the resolutions and the kind of a cover sheet that lists them all for next Monday's meeting, so that you've got that in plenty of time.
Okay, and I saw your email wanting, about the proof of publication.
Yeah.
Is that for this hearing today?
Yes, for today.
I don't have that one yet,
Okay,
and I'll make sure to give it to you as soon as I
no
get it.
problem. I'll be gone Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I'm trying to make sure I have everything
Done before you.
shoved into Monday and Tuesday, so you may, but I'll keep anything to do with the application in a separate email from, I think I just got another job request for your current one, but I'll try to keep them in separate emails so that I can stay a little more.
Sounds good.
Courtney always has it under control, once we get it.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ben.
Thank you again for participating.
You tell Rick we missed
Thank
him.
you.
I will.
Okay.
Does anybody have a question about that?
I don't know, I think he was just gonna give us an update or something,
I think they're getting ready to ask for the assistance for the Housing Trust Fund that we serve with the 6 counties, and it's a little bit more this year, so they're gonna be coming up with trying to come up with a little more match, but you know, we obviously want as many dollars as we can in our service area, and so.
Did he say anything at the executive
He
meeting
did.
about it?
He had mentioned that he may come to an ask, but he hadn't gotten to that point yet. He wasn't sure.
I think they're still trying to figure out, it looks like we may be receiving even possibly from some just preliminary numbers that were thrown around last week, like an additional $60,000 to $70,000, which is, you know, a whole nother house at $10,000 a project in each county minimum. So that's kind of exciting. It's kind of
Yeah.
exciting.
Another home.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Carl.
Well, we'll just leave it on there. If he does show up, he shows up. I've got him to show up anymore today. The only other thing we have is the 10 o'clock public hearing, so we'll move on to committee reports.
I can go. Unless somebody's ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Last Thursday, Stephanie and I attended the policy council, everything's well. And this week, landfill tomorrow morning at 6:30. Then we have 5 different vendors coming in. Wednesday, I have a landfill tour. Thursday, there's an ambulance at 7:30 in the morning. I don't know if Stephanie's gonna go or not, but Dr. Slattery, they're gonna meet with the new 8 or 9 approved MEs for the county. And then we have the jail meeting next Thursday. And I also would like the ambulance to be, the approval for the new medical examiners to be on the agenda for next week, and I'll give Courtney the list.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I can go. Last week, we had Region 12, I'm trying to think. We did do, the 5-year update. I have all that, the mapping and stuff in here, if you'd like to see copies of that. 3 of us are at that meeting. I don't think if there's any other noteworthy things, I know there was. I had asked questions, they got their fiscal report back. They did approve Morrow CPA firm to do their audit going forward. I did ask how many they received back on an RFP. They said they received, I think it was 3, and they are gonna do a 3-year contract with Morrow. That was really about it for that. Then earlier that day, Rich and I went out to New Opportunities and did an audit to kind of see how our general services and things out there are going. They do a really great job of documentation. To me, that's obviously speaks volumes. You know, whatever they say they're doing, we can go out there at any point and pull out a file and see and make sure they have all the documentation. So I was very, very impressed. You guys will see next week, we'll have a few things on the agenda to discuss that they have questions, just to make sure that we are communicating and are on the same page, that if a situation arises, this is how we would want it to be handled, and as well as them, so just keeping the communication open. Then this week, all I have is the meeting tomorrow with the architects. And then Thursday, I do plan on, is that the ambulance?
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, I do plan on attending the ambulance meeting.
And we have
And I have the newspaper and radio tonight.
good.
And I have Wesco tonight.
And
Busy.
Thursday, jail meeting.
And Thursday, jail meeting. Busy week.
I just said.
What's going on?
Hey.
Okay,
Okay, now we'll let you off the hook.
thanks.
Okay. Stephanie covered it, we had met with you about you all, Courtney's going to copy you some questions and let you think about your answers prior to next week's meeting, so you have an idea of what the subject matter. There's like 5 or 6 different things. So other than that, I thought the audit went well. They're very well organized. Public records questions come to my mind. And I think Joanne and I talked about it briefly last week. When they pull information for a general assistance, they also have that information for other programs for that individual. And they use that information for the general assistance. It's duplicate information. But sometimes it's other questions that many have over here. And my question was if they're tying those two together in a file, for those who become public knowledge. And they're gonna have to do some thinking about that, and I think we should also consider that.
I would consider that they would have to, if you get a request, what it's called, redact part of that information off that document.
I would assume so. I just didn't know if we had to create 2 separate filing systems for them. That would be the only thing that
I can see why they're doing it, so they can
Right.
follow through.
correct.
I would just say you have a redact.
I would
Did you
assume
say Courtney?
I'm not an expert when it comes to, I mean, that kind of falls under that whole HIPAA.
Mhm.
right.
So.
We could, if that's a question, we could ask that question of
The company we've hired to do our,
yeah,
Yeah.
or there's that, also that board down in Des Moines. They're set up to answer those questions too. No, it's the state board that takes care of, open meetings law and open records.
and I'm sure the county attorney could answer as well.
Just, okay, those might be something we have to go to outside. It just jumped out to me as there's a possibility there, but I don't know. I know it's not my realm of.
And like I said, I can see why they would do that because
Oh,
It's the way they-
absolutely. Once you gather the information, it's easier just to open the file and see where it fits. I see it very easily. Anyway, so, and then also on the 8th, we had Region 12, and it had the executive board prior to the general board meeting. Some of the couple of the things that we discussed in the executive board and later. There will be, Manure will get 4 single-family units built in Manure. Manure has had land that they have given to this project. And that will be Guthrie's piece, and the only county we will have left is Audubon, and we will have these housing projects will have been equally shared in every county. 2 homes for Iowa homes will be also placed on those properties in Manure. They are still building right now, even though there has been some lockdowns of equipment at some of the state institutions. Homes for Iowa is still going. And I briefly talked about this, the need to increase the local match may have to go up. Rick was working on that, and they may receive a 60 to 70% increase in some of their funding. So these were all in a general meeting. There was numbers thrown out. There was nothing etched in stone. So that he was going to do some more digging into it, and that's one reason why I think he was coming today, but couldn't make it. Stephanie covered the CPA firm. We have, they had a very good audit, very reasonable. He's also selling that CPA firm to a younger person, and he's going to expand it. So he may be a player in the future, as I understand it. He could be a player for county audits, audit for the waste agency. He could be another person in the local area that is going to jump into that, like the Atlantic firm and the Marshalltown firms and Spencer's. So we'll see how that goes. He has a young, active person coming to take over that business. Then on the 9th, had a Zoom call for the WIOA. That's the workforce board that's statewide. There's 137 people on these Zoom calls. So the subject matter is handed back to them, and they just basically keep you updated. And it was just update on every region out there, where they're at, and what they're short, and where they're headed. Actually, our region is probably further ahead than most. So this coming week, tonight, I'm going to jump in and go to the conservation board for Dean. Dean can't make tonight's meeting. Tomorrow we have the RFPs all day. And then on the 14th, which is Wednesday, there's an ISAC webinar that I signed up for. And that should be, I can't remember the subject matter already, I've seen it on the calendar. And then on Thursday, we'll have the jail baiting construction update. And then on Friday, I'm going to attend the Chamber Day golf outing. And we'll represent from the county, and our county auditor is going to bless us with her presence. And another fellow supervisor, Stephanie, will be there.
Oh, I'm not the blessing.
No. And an ex-sheriff.
Yeah.
Will be helping us get through our portion. So that should be a very entertaining day.
So we can say the county will be well represented.
Well
Very
represented,
blessed.
past, current, and younger ones. So,
Well-rounded, if that's.
well, so that's it for me
All right.
this week.
Last week I did the paper and radio. I did attend a Zoom meeting on Highway 30 on Thursday. Was a very short meeting. They just kind of did some updates, what's going on 30, not a lot right now. They do have a new commissioner that is a former, and I can't think of her name right now, but she has been a former state, former supervisor and a former state representative. So she will be on there right now. I did receive a lot of phone calls this last week, particularly one that I thought was kind of a little different, disturbing in a way. The former mayor of Lanesboro called me, so there are evidently some miscommunications on our discussions last week. Because after I visited with her, she said she did not know the rest of you as well as she knew me. So she had called me, and she was under the impression that we had told them not to even run that line. And I said, we didn't do that. We just said, don't put it in the right of way, put it on private property if you can. If it has to be that you can't get around something, then we will look at putting it on public. And that is not what she was communicating to her by people that were at this meeting, so.
I put in the news article and on the radio that public right of way is last resort for
Yeah.
water utilities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, I thought we were very clear on it, and I brought up the point they had to move it, what it was gonna cost them. Because she was saying, like, well, we can't. She started out that other options aren't viable, So, but anyway, she was glad she called me, and I was glad she called me, but we straightened that out. I did have a lot of, several follow-up calls from the architect firms asking different questions. And then also had some discussions with the VA, and I think you've probably gotten that also.
Yep.
And I think, have you all been emailed a PowerPoint presentation for the VA? If you haven't been, you will be getting one, and then they will be asking me to put on the agenda at some point in time. Okay. This week, I have tomorrow's all days with interviews with architects. Thursday's a jail progress meeting, and Friday I have a Yes Center board meeting. And one other thing that was presented to me is important to get to me, and I think you've all seen as part of the meeting, was this letter from the city of Carroll that they've been requested for an application for voluntary annexation from Lamar Kuth, whatever you pronounce it. And this is the property to the north of New Hope Village. So it's just that, and they will be having a meeting on this on July 23rd at 9:30 a.m. And I don't know that, but as far as they're required to let us know that. So. Okay, it's not 10 o'clock. Anything else?
Was that meeting at 9:30 on the 23rd? Is that a
Yes.
public meeting?
Yep.
At council chamber?
Yes. Is there anything else? Courtney, you got anything else?
I don't.
I think next week I I was thought of it, but I didn't get it on this week. We need to probably do a acceptance of the receipt of the audit. So I don't know if you guys are looking through that. Oh, I think another thing we do need is, let's try to get some questions for tomorrow. And for those people.
Yeah, I have some.
I mean, like, maybe we need to kind of look at it so we don't repeat ourselves, but I think whatever question we ask one from, they need to ask for them all.
Are they gonna do a PowerPoint presentation for the first half hour? I mean, do we need electronics in this room for them to?
They were all asked that, and I said that they have it here, they just have to bring their computer, they can use it.
Okay,
I think for our purpose, maybe we ought to sit over there and let them present to us.
that can be right.
And then,
I agree.
so I guess.
So if they're open to the public, whoever goes last can listen to the other four first. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, I would think they would want to.
Yeah, so for next week, I have the medical examiner list and then probably talk about the rate of pay.
Yep.
At the same
I
time.
sent you an email, we can give them to you.
Okay, and general assistance, those questions they had. Let's see, maybe the, maybe item number 2 for Region 12, business revolving loan fund, housing trust fund, if he gets a hold of me, and then the county health services RFP.
I'd wait till they let you know.
I'm thinking that probably not, because if he's gone, I doubt that they will get.
And I think they've kind of handed off that to Chris Wood.
So I've probably removed that since we've had it. And I will have the Maple Rivers and Mount Carmel sewer resolutions. We do those every year in July for the new upcoming payments, so.
And then acceptance of the audit.
Well, yeah, I have that written down, but
Should say acceptance, it should be accepted, receipt of it. Okay. Anything other discussion, or should we take a short 7-minute break? Okay, we'll recess for 7 minutes. Why don't you hand that back? Geez, we got another 2 inches Saturday.
I was just, yeah, I think another 1.5 inch on,
Boone County got a lot of hail on Friday.
I seen some, I get the a register or Channel 13 News on my phone. They showed some videos of corn.
Some of some good hand-sized balls of hail too.
Over by Luther, they showed some. Corn pounded up pretty good.
unless it just hails on my roof and my roof only.
not my vehicle.
I just wanted to hail on my roof.
Did you just get a new one?
We need a new one.
We need a new roof.
Oh,
So, just hail on.
I'll have those bids in that.
Well, Ken was gonna bid and then he kind of looked at it, he's on these tires and all this, but he was bidding to resell, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, seems like you can have a piece of junk
That's why I
and give you
guess
money for it.
Rich's wife must have some meetings. She just, Rich's wife sent me an email, Stephanie, you're a blessing every day.
That's great.
Oh. Yeah, so we play 18 Friday, and then I had a girlfriend reach out and ask if I wanted to go golf Burrito that night. I'm like, ooh. It's a lot of bowls, that's a lot of bowls.
I did that once and I had a great time, but the next day I was like, yeah, sore, not terrible, but just, I was tired. One of the gifts I got was from Dean and Joan Shetler, and they got me a gift card to play golf in Breda.
Nice.
That's a cool gift.
Supper at their house afterwards.
I know, right? My mom sent me a text, are you back to work? Yep. Can I change your name in my phone now? I can, yeah, I guess. Go for it. No, I need to go out to the social security office. I'm like, gosh, are they still in lockdown out there?
No.
Why do they have a security guard there?
Apparently people get aggravated. That guy makes like, somebody told me like what he gets per hour, and it's like a lot.
Wouldn't that be boring?
Well, yeah, but
I had to do delivery for work, like brought him out, disinfectant and paper. I think he talked for me for 25 minutes just because he never sees a human. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna have my newspaper done.
Where's it at?
Hey, by the way, your wife emailed me and said I am a blessing, so you're welcome.
She's full of crap.
You're doing it right there.
Yeah.
Not that fast.
There's not much on it.
Oh. I
No,
know,
there isn't.
me either.
The only thing I don't like about doing it on the iPad is, so like I like to do like item 1, 2. Sometimes I don't want it to automatically put a number on there, and I don't want to not be.
Who's up next week?
You.
See what I mean? It's like if I want to start another sentence,
oh,
it automatically does it.
I probably won't be here next week. I'm taking nearly 4 weeks off.
Just follow Dean. That's what my motto is. Whenever it's my turn to do the radio and TV, I follow Dean. Stephanie follows Gene.
Hey, you're my taste.
I don't think we are.
I don't think
Because I see like a little red.
No, that's for the IT.
So tell us what you're looking at. Yeah, I think you guys won't typically, you only officially have to put in 1 day of work a month or something like that.
No.
In the code?
1 day in a year.
In a year, okay.
I think that's changed.
Because there was a supervisor in a different county. When did we have this conversation?
I think you gotta spend, a certain percentage now.
Got it. There was a supervisor from a different county that got elected and only showed up once. And never went back.
Well, that was, actually, there's one right not that far from here, to the north.
Oh, really?
Speaking of being well-rounded, he just walked in right there. Fast.
Pretty round.
We were just talking about a well-rounded golf team or something for Friday, and your name came up.
I know.
What is well-rounded?
Here, I thought we were gonna have fun, and then I heard your point, so I'm like,
Well, if you drink too much, you should probably get it right home.
I'll call you back soon.
so what is this? Like,
It is for the Jergens,
oh,
GSC, I shouldn't say Jergens, GSC agribusiness.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not anybody.
Who's that? What?
Maybe real existing facilities.
Yeah, they're converting swine cell to swine finishers, no new construction.
That's why I live there.
Yeah, 35 share.
Why don't, it's actually in the city limit. And they got their very expansion so far out. There's that, it's on that. Larry and those Daniels. They must have read that facility. I didn't know, I might take that. it may not be right in the city. limits.
I thought it's east of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's east of, east of,
Sure. We're in closed session, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're recessing for a
We're
minute here.
recessed till.
I thought you were gonna speak at the public hearing.
About what?
Proposed swine facility,
About who?
That-
hog confinement.
When there's livestock warnings, I call up and tell him, Doug, stay out of the heat.
KGIM does too. Are you on? Game on?
okay.
Courtney's gonna carry on.
I got into this, how I get out of it.
Are you golfing? Swim? You golfing? Oh, you're keeping them in, you should.
I was trying to get this thing. No, Friday, no.
Why not?
I gotta be in Cherokee Friday.
Oh, you can find more excuses.
I like to, I went to start out this year, was gonna play more, and I took out a membership. And I ain't getting there.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah,
Did your church fall down?
part of it did.
Sinners?
What happened? If we wouldn't be online, I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
You gotta call you.
Just hang on a little bit.
This will take a couple minutes.
This will just come back.
This takes about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. We will open we'll go back into session. And we will have at this time, the public hearing for construction permit application and GSC Agribusiness. We have that here. This is for converting an existing facility from a sow unit to a finishing unit, if I remember right. Has there been any written
No written
objections?
comments or?
Comments?
Nope.
Is there any-
Anything online, Ben?
No, sir.
Okay.
Scared me.
All right, there's no oral comments from the public here in attendance. At this time, we will close the public hearing at 10:01. So we will forward these on to the DNR that there was no comments at this time.
Correct. So I will forward a letter to the DNR from the supervisors, so when we had our hearing, and there was no comments. Just real quick, we probably should have done this after we got out of closed session, but normally when we do, we say there was no action to
yeah.
be taken, so if you want to just maybe notate that, I can put that in the
Just make
minutes.
that notation on
Okay.
that, there'll be no action taken. Okay. Does anybody else have anything else? If not, we're in order for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion carried.
See you all tomorrow. Bring your lunch.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
I'm not bringing my lunch.
No problem.